It's Leave It to the Legislature. This week features such classic hits as attacking home rule, stripping your constitutional right to open records and meetings, and a special guest appearance by Governor Ron DeSantis. Legislative session officially began Tuesday with rousing speeches by legislative leaders and Governor Ron DeSantis, focusing on Florida's freedoms.
That's when Wally was young and bashful and shy and smart.
Florida is different. Florida is special. And if we work together, we can keep Florida a beacon of hope, opportunity, and freedom for generations to come.
Well, that'll suit us just fine.
Yes, your father and I are going shopping. Thank you, Eddie. That was a very nice gesture.
Hey, you're welcome, Mrs. Cleaver. Okay, Eddie, what are you pulling now? Well, I'm not pulling anything. We're gonna do the dishes.
But that only lasted a couple of hours until the Senate began this throwback session by immediately trying to roll back our constitutional right to the sunshine.
Gee, Eddie, I didn't know you ever felt weird about anything.
Yeah, Beaver. When I'm around other people, I can act like a big shot and get away with it.
Yeah, you're real good at that.
With Senate Bill 520, SB 520 would take the selection of university and college presidents out of the public eye and scramble the signal, making the process more vulnerable to corruption.
The Sunshine Law is not hindering our ability to hire the best qualified academic individuals and professionals in the country. I might also add that Florida's higher education system, which now has a top ranking in the nation, also supports this claim.
SB 520 passed the Education Committee 6-3 and will continue through the legislative process, a big win for political cronyism in the Sunshine State and a loss of honesty in our state government.
It's so tasty, too.
The legislature has some splaining to do as they continue to work to make local government a thing of the past. Senate Bill 280 and House Bill 569 are flagrant attacks on our right to have a say in our communities. SB 280 would create a new course of action, allowing nuisance lawsuits from business owners anytime a local ordinance passes that they don't like, meaning the local governmental process would become a disorganized mess and your tax dollars would be paying for it.
Ethel, I think this...
If even one single business owner has the ability then to overturn the will of the majority. I urge you to oppose this bill.
I think we are the heavy hand of government if we pass a bill like this today. A single business who is not an enemy of local government, a national corporation, could veto an ordinance voted on by a duly elected official local body in a majority vote that had open public comment for an extended period of time.
Let's call this for what it is. At the local level, I think our local elected officials, they're so much closer to the people. We're up here in Tallahassee. We're not home in our communities each day, going to the grocery store, the drugstore, the dry cleaner, where they can say, hey, what are you doing on this issue? And people feel that connection with their local governments, and so the local governments can deal with what the people want.
SB 280 passed the Senate Community Affairs Committee 6-2.
So why don't you join the thousands of happy, peppy people and get a great big bottle of Mida. Remember that name. Mida.
House Bill 569 is a related bill wrapped up in pro-business wording. The bill would allow businesses to claim damages from locally enacted laws, draining local coffers and encouraging bad faith actors to diminish our say in our cities, communities, and municipalities.
Why should I let you listen? Because I can be more honest. It's more impersonal. A person don't look at himself like others see him. You remember Dickens? Maybe you're right about that. All right, let's try it. Here, you list my bad points, and I'll work on my good points. All right. You list the good points, I'll list the bad points. All right.
All that work should not be thrown away under the threat of a single individual who's unhappy with an outcome, who now is empowered by this new law to file suit.
People are already so disconnected from their local elected officials and very distrustful of government as is. I fear that this is going to just drive that wedge further. It's not going to do anything to help people in communities, just businesses that may operate in those communities, which is definitely not the same thing.
We don't know if a municipality can insure to cover the award that might come from a bill like this. And your response was that the money would come from the municipality, which really means from the taxpayer.
We're deputizing people to sue local governments. And this is not the only place that we're doing this session. We're deputizing people everywhere this session and creating torts everywhere. I'm trying to catch my breath from all of this.
HB 569 passed the Civil Justice and Property Rights Subcommittee 12-5.
5 doesn't pay his debts. What do you mean I don't pay my debts? That's what I said. You owe me $2 for the last month. All right, Norton. There's your $2. Now scratch out doesn't pay his debts. I knew it would work.
This program has been brought to you by the fine folks of the Florida AFL-CIO Working Families Lobby Corps. The Working Families Lobby Corps empowers working Floridians to have a say in the legislative process and fight for a brighter future for the fine folks of the Sunshine State.
My name is Eric Rodriguez from the United Teachers of Suwannee County, Local 3156, and I came here to Tallahassee to remind the legislators they work for us.
My name is Patty Farley, and I'm a retired school teacher from Brevard County, Florida. I have been a member of the union since day one of my teaching career, and I taught for 32 years before I retired. Now, I taught government, and what I'm doing up here at the Capitol is, after all the years of teaching government when I couldn't get out of a classroom, now I'm putting that to use. I'm walking the halls of the Capitol to try to get these people to do what is right. If you're a union member, come up and join us. We need help up here. Thank you so much.
Solidarity! Tune in next week to the Florida AFL-CIO Legislative Update as the reruns continue.